everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing Charming by Krystal Wade. If you do not know what Charming is all about, I'll be linking the summary in the description box below, so go check it out. But for a very brief summary of this book, because you guys know I suck at summaries, it's about this girl named Haley and this boy named Chris Charming. And Haley, she used to live in a great household with great friends, great school, great persona, all together, but that's until she gets into a car accident with her mother and her mother dies and her father turns into an alcoholic that abuses her, but not her sister Jocelyn, but Jocelyn, I don't like that girl whatsoever. I do not like her sister. Anyways, then there is Chris Charming. Oh, isn't he just so charming? Oh, he very much is a swoon. But Chris is the son of a very powerful CEO and he has everything he wants in the world, or so it seems. And at the time of all this is happening, there are murders. And it's really, really mysterious. This is a mystery novel and it's so interesting. Can I just tell you guys how paranoid I was when reading this book? It wasn't even funny. I was seriously like, that's the murderer. Oh no, 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 this person's the murderer. No, this person's the murderer. Everybody's the murderer. I'm wearing a poncho, if you're wondering. Woo! But Krystal Wade, she seriously kind of revolves this book around this murder. The murder of these people in the town that they live in. And it's very mysterious because it's linked to the people, the main characters of this murder, and Chris and Haley, they need to team up to go figure out who this murderer is, but it's very interesting the way that this is really conducted throughout the whole entire storyline. I have to say, at the beginning of this book, I was kind of just not put off, but I was like, okay, this is like typical young adult books, and I just finished two great books, which were Outlander and Heir of Fire, so I kind of like went into this book expecting that great thing, and at the beginning of it, I didn't feel that like rush of emotion and love for a book right off the bat, but I did slowly evolve to that throughout the course of the novel. As the characters developed, my love for this book developed as well. As the storyline progressed and went on and kind of the mystery unfolded, I honestly was shocked. And not shocked in the way that I was like, oh, I can't believe that person was a murderer, this person did that. It was more like shocked of the circumstances that these characters were put in. I have to say, I totally guessed the murderer from the very start, but I was second guessing myself throughout the course of the novel because I'm like, wait, actually, this person can actually be the murderer, not that person that I originally thought. So I was kind of like flipping back and forth through who I actually thought the murderer was, but my original choice was actually the person who killed the people. Okay, so guys, this book is kind of predictable, and it's kind of a shame when a mystery is predictable, but the story was still very good, and especially the storyline of Haley. You know those characters that just get under your skin? Like, Haley, she doesn't go to help. Like, her dad is abusing her, and she does not go and find help. She's like, oh, I need to protect my sister Jocelyn. It's like, no you don't. You get help. You get help, and you need to stop it. Like, shh. It annoyed me. Honestly, her character very much annoyed me for a good half of this book, but then she kind of had some character development after the 100th page, and I was so happy for that because literally she was such a weak character from the start, and yes, she was doing things like helping her sister and protecting her sister from her father because the father was not mean to the sister, but the sister was even mean to her, and like I'm sorry, like this family was so screwed up, but that's the way that they were supposed to be. But seriously, Haley, you need to talk to somebody. Like, if something's going on in your life, like any one of you, if any one of you guys out there has been abused or sexually assaulted or have been threatened in any way, you need to know that there's always people you can talk to, and you need to know that you cannot keep it in. You have to let somebody else know, or else it could just keep piling on top of you and becoming this great burden on your soul and your person, and it will eventually bring you down in the end. And just know that you're not alone, and you can always ask somebody for help. Just whoa, this book really like put it in perspective how bad a person's life can be and how closed off they can be to the outside world because of these issues. And I honestly cried for a good 100 pages of this book, especially the beginning. If you did not know this, my own mom passed away, and Haley, I could definitely relate to her in some aspects of this book because she went to visit her mom's gravestone like almost every day, and I visit my mom, like I try to go visit her like at least once a week, and the emotion of like seeing another character, like I know I'm a person, but that character going through this stuff, I'm like, whoa, I do the same thing. One of my favorite parts of this book was the horror aspect to it. Some people call this book a mix of Cinderella and Saw is such an awesome movie. If you have not seen it, for all you horror movie fans out there, like, oh. And I could definitely see, like, oh my gosh, some points in this book, I'm like, oh, I don't normally get scared in books, but some points in this, I like looked around my room, and it did not help that this morning at 5 o'clock, right after I finished this book, like the night before, that at 5 o'clock, there was like horrible rainstorms, and it blew my doors open. Not my doors to my room, but my house doors. There's 2 doors. They flew up and banged against the walls, woke me up at 5 o'clock, and our house is technically open to like the outside, and I'm like, holy crap, the murderer is here! It was so scary, and another paranoia I have now because of this book. But it's welcome, because a book that makes you feel these types of emotions is a good book, in my opinion. The relationship between Krystal and Haley was kind of forced in a way. I felt like it kind of came on randomly, but it was very cute. It was a very cute romance, and I really liked it, but it was kind of pushed on. I felt like it was kind of forced, but that's okay because they have such a good relationship in this book that it kind of made up for the rushing into it part of it, because you could definitely see the sexual tension between the 2 of them throughout the whole entire book, and they don't even act on that sexual tension until the end of it. So it was torture reading it, and you're just like, just kiss already. I totally shipped them. Oh, they're so cute. So although this book was not perfect, it was still very entertaining and very interesting and very gripping. And I would recommend it to any of you guys out there, especially because Halloween's coming up. It's a perfect book to read on Halloween. Like, guys, pick up Charming. Like, you need to, because it's almost Halloween, and this is the perfect Halloween book. I cannot express that enough. Halloween, Charming, get it, read it at a graveyard. You'll totally be in the, oh my gosh, never mind. I was about to say, like, you'll totally be in the Halloween spirit, but that was kind of creepy. Don't be in a graveyard. Like, actually go to a graveyard. That would actually be really cool. And read Charming, and then take a picture, and then tag me in it, and tag Krystal Wade in it, so we can see it. So in conclusion, I really enjoyed Charming. I read it in about a day, and I give it a solid 3.5 to 4 stars. It was very good, had a great plot line, especially because it's not that long of a book. It's about 204 pages, and had a really well-developed storyline and plot line for a book of this length. So I applaud Krystal for that, because sometimes books like this could feel really rushed, but this one was very nicely paced out, and I'm really happy that she did it the way she did it. And can we like admire this book cover for a second? Like, look how I'm totally cosplaying this book cover, because it's so eerie. So cool and eerie. So that is it for my Charming book review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you pick it up for the Halloween season, because you need, it's a must read for Halloween. Just, I cannot express that enough. Like Saw, Cinderella Saw. Oh, that would be a really cool Halloween costume. I'm getting off track. Okay, thank you guys for watching my Charming book review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you Curiosity Quills for sponsoring this video, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!